The season premiere of West Shore Home High School Hoops, presented by Air Experts Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, brings us to the NAC 6 in Wakefield High School. It's the conference opener, and it's one of the top women's games in the state. The 9-3 Rolesville Rams battle the 10-3 Wakefield Wolverines. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another season of high school hoops. Patrick Keenis alongside former ECU standout Jay Sonhalter. And Jay, Nikita Warren has this Rolesville squad right where they want to be. Elite Eight last year. Meanwhile, Wakefield on one of its best seasons in a long time. First-year head coach, 10-3. They both have state championship aspirations, yes?
Yeah, I mean, both these teams have sowed so much throughout the start of this season, and I figure these two will be going on a deep playoff run, and a state championship title aspiration is realistic. Rolesville's been on fire. Their offense, they want to play up-tempo. Wakefield is one of the best defensive teams in the state, as well as three-point shooting teams in the state.
Well, let's talk about some of the great players. We'll see a lot of talented upperclassmen and some phenomenally talented underclassmen on these two sides.
Well, for Rolesville, it starts with Layla Lewis. She's an outstanding defender, averages 10 rebounds per game, has a nice outside shot, and really a post presence that's very flexible and versatile for the Rams. Over on the other side for Wakefield, Madison McIntyre is an outstanding defender. She's so quick, she creates havoc, and she's the point guard for the Wolverines, leading the offense. She can get to the hoop, and her outside shot has really stretched out this season, providing a punch for them on the offensive end.
All right, the NAC 6 is going to be extremely competitive top to bottom. You talked at the top of the broadcast about some of the keys, some of the strengths. What are the keys for these two squads tonight?
For Rolesville, their pressure defense is going to be so important tonight to try to turn Wakefield over, and then finishing at the rim and also finishing in the fourth quarter is the focus area. Over for Wakefield, McIntyre versus Jones. That matchup, Caitlin Jones, Rolesville star junior, and McIntyre will be guarding each other tonight. Who wins that matchup is going to have a big say in who wins the game tonight. And then boxing out for the Wolverines. This is a tall Rams squad. They've got to be physical and crash the boards.
There's some unfinished business on both sides. Rolesville won 25 games a year ago, got knocked out in the Elite Eight. Wakefield got to the third round before they were bounced, but Jason Lee has this Wolverine squad primed. It is the premiere of West Shore Home High School Hoops, presented by Air Experts Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Tip-off, Rolesville and Wakefield next. And welcome back to Wakefield High School. Rolesville and the Wolverines as they launch the NAC 6 tonight. Great. Jay, first off, great to be back working with you for another season of high school basketball here on my RDC. And couldn't start off with a better game. It's be a banger here tonight. Two of the top women's programs in the state. There's Nikita Warren in her third year as the head coach for the Rolesville Rams. And they came very, very close to a historic year last season and trying to go the distance this year. Rolesville in the black uniforms and Wakefield at 10-3 in the white. And we'll see a lot of young, outstanding talent for the Wolverines, including Lila Bagwell and a true freshman, Nicole Alma, number 14, who is in the middle right now for the Wolverines.
Well, we had this matchup last year, and a lot of these players were freshmen and sophomore, and it's just taken another huge step this season, even better, and still a couple years left as far as eligibility goes.
Jay Hamilton on the baseline, misses the shot as we take a look at these starters. Brought to you by West Shore Home, bringing happiness to every home. They're the 5 starters for this 10-3 Wakefield squad.
Well, this Wakefield team shoots the ball so well from the outside, and their first-year head coach, Jason Lee, has done such a great job leading this program.
Yeah, Wakefield grad now running the controls of this program, and we're going to get our first foul of the night, and this will go against the Rolesville Rams. Rolesville 25-5 last year. Nikita Warren has really rebuilt this program now into one of the premier programs in the state. And they have the experience, and their one star is Caitlin Jones, number 5, who's 4 points away from 1,000 in her high school career, and she's just a junior. Misfires right there. Offensive rebound to the Rams. This is Lewis from the outside. And the rebound cleared away by Wakefield.
And one of the keys for Wakefield was boxing out. Nice job being physical down low to get that board.
Balanced offensive attack for Wakefield. And as you said at the top, defensively handling the glass, not turning over the basketball tonight. Going to be critical for Wakefield's opportunity to take this one away from Rolesville here tonight. We get a reach-in foul going against Justice Everett, number 13, for the Ville side, as we see on the uniforms tonight for Rolesville.
This defense from the Ville is relentless, and they're playing man-to-man defense out beyond the three-point line. We'll see them pressuring tonight, full court as well.
Bagwell, number 2 in the white uniforms for Wakefield, one of the top underclassmen all around the state. She's a tremendous talent. And off the dribble, McIntyre leaves the 3 shorts, and here come the Rams. And this is Caitlin Jones, sitting on 996 points. She gets an immediate double off the wing, lost the dribble, but poked away, as we get a look at the West Shore home starters for Rolesville. Jones, Everett, Lee, Lewis, and Bush. West Shore home, bringing happiness to every home. Scoreless 90 seconds in. Offensive rebound, the kick out. And back out top it comes to Caitlin Jones.
So Layla Lewis went in there, soared for that board. She's so good at it, averaging 10 a game. Nice job reading the ball off the rim.
That's a tough opportunity there by Lewis on the baseline. Another offensive crack missed by Bush, and the rebound comes down to the Wolverines. Scoreless 2 minutes in.
Wakefield will spread you out on the offensive end in their half-court offense. Watch them really put pressure on Rolesville, trying to space the floor and get their shooters open in their motion offense.
Now Bagwell averaging double digits. There's Hamilton on the drive, and they're the first points of the contest for a Hamilton, the junior for Wakefield. Well, there's nice balance. McIntyre's averaging about 11. Schaefer, the junior, averaging 10. And a foul once again on Rolesville on the interior.
And Hamilton used her quickness, just one-on-one, went towards the right, cleared the floor. And here on the other side, Jones driving in, ball slipping out of her hands.
Three-pointer misfired by Jones. Saved to the sideline, kept alive, but it'll go the other way. Here's a look at Jason Lee in his first year as the head coach on the women's side for Wakefield, but he's been involved in the Wakefield basketball program for a number of years. Head coach of the JV program up until he was given this opportunity now. They won 4 in a row. They had a midweek game and a fairly easy, straightforward win over Athens Drive a couple of days ago. So here's Madison McIntyre, number 22. Team's leading scorer. Bagwell, a strong threat from the perimeter. And now they collapse on the inside, made it very difficult there for Hamilton. And the rebound taken away by the Rams.
There's McIntyre on Jones.
Errant pass, saved, but right into the hands of Wakefield. So here comes McIntyre up the floor. It's a 2-0 lead. And a 3-ball missed by Allie Schaefer. She has that kind of range. Bagwell the rebound. And a reset now for Wakefield. And a travel for the Wolverines.
And Allie Schaefer had 10 three-pointers against Enloe a few games ago, and this group for the Wolverines shoots the ball so well from the outside. And that's one reason they spread the floor, because they want to put pressure on the defense and try to create drive and kick opportunities.
Talia Rowe, number 1 on the floor for the first time for the Rams. And her first offensive touch here. Caitlin Jones, dribble drive off of one leg. Forcing the action early, 0 for 4 from the floor so far, but another offensive rebound here for the Rams. They're closing hard. Any touch that Jones gets on the outside. Lewis. And the Wolverines a one and done. Hamilton the rebound.
The zone defense working out well for the Wolverines, and whole key is when that shot's up, make sure you find a body. Again, getting another board.
Halfway through the opening quarter, just 2-0 to Wakefield. That shot partially blocked, and here come the Rams up the floor with some numbers. Creating is Jones, scoops it up, no. Offensive rebound and a takeaway, and a tie-up by Bagwell. No foul there, just contorted her body, a very good spot, and tied up Layla Lewis. So a rugged start to the conference opener for 2 of the top women's teams in the state. 2-love lead, 4+ minutes in for the homestanding Wolverines. West Shore Home High School Hoops presented by Air Experts Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Patrick Keenis, Jay Sonhalter, there is Nikita Warren, and when you jump into conference play, there's so much familiarity games get tougher, shots get more difficult, and we're seeing a defensive struggle through the first 4+ minutes of this opener until there. There is Talia Rowe for the Rams, off for the bench, knocks down the first U.S. Navy three-pointer of the game. The United States Navy, America's Navy forged by the sea.
Well, nice job setting up the three-point shot with that out-of-bounds play.
And she provides a nice spark off of the bench for Rolesville. Averaging 8 points off the bench, but a good defender as well. There's a tie-up on the baseline. The arrow will keep it with Wakefield.
Look, both coaches have to be so pleased with the defensive effort. Each side relentless, getting in passing lanes. We sitting here courtside, you can hear the communication out on the floor between each team.
Our Walker is in. Amen heads to the bench for Wakefield. 3-2 lead for Rolesville. Defensive rebound claimed by Lewis. And now in the hands of Caitlin Jones, but she wanted a foul at midcourt. It didn't come. McIntyre the steal and dribbles away through some contact. Bagwell open, short with a three, and Lewis has been everywhere on the glass so far. So we'll see if that made three by Rowe loosens things up, because you know Caitlin Jones, it's just a matter of time before she gets involved, averaging over 23 a game. She's wearing number 5 and the ball's in her hands. And the dribble drive, now the kick to Jones. Skims the side of the rim and the rebound untouched, out of bounds to Wakefield.
Well, Jones getting attention from the ACC, SEC, only a junior. A great summer. We saw her last year as a sophomore, and what an impressive player. Continuing to improve, and this year as a junior is just taking her game to the next level.
Bagwell, just a sophomore. Pass to the sideline, batted out of bounds. It will stay with Wakefield with a little more than 2.5 to go in the opening quarter. And Bagwell, we saw her immediate talent as a freshman last year for Wakefield. Showed a lot of growth over the summer coming into her sophomore campaign. She's attracted a lot of early attention as well. McIntyre dribbled off her ankle and saves. And now we get a timeout taken by Jason Lee. This offensive possession was breaking down. So a timeout taken by Wakefield. Let's talk a little bit about Jason Lee, his background. You know him well, and what kind of new life he's breathing into the program, and a great opportunity that he has.
Well, following Donald Williams, who did an amazing job here as the head coach, and Jason Lee has just picked it up, and another great season for his team. And what impresses me so much is the discipline his team plays with, the structure they have, and how hard they play for him. And he's great at designing plays and kind of using his experience against his opponents, knowing the strengths of his team, attacking the opponent's weakness. But more than anything, it's just the passion that he has for this program, and the players give it back to him.
And when you look at that huddle, all of his players look up to him, literally and figuratively. He towers over his squad, and one of the sharpest dressers in the gymnasium here tonight. Loose pass still, though, gets to Bagwell. Wakefield basketball down by 1.
And Nikita Warren now out of that timeout, switching defenses, going to the zone, 1-3-1. A little bit of a curveball to Wakefield.
Yeah, that's why we're seeing a little bit of tentativeness from the Wolverines, trying to figure out where they go, where the right spots are to attack offensively against this 1-3-1. Bagwell through the middle. Pass broken up beautifully by Caitlin Jones, and a long outlet pass in stride. A terrific finish by Everett. The deflection by Jones, hasn't scored yet, but a big impact right there, and it's a 5-2 lead for the Rams.
And the change of the defense really paying off there, and that's what Rolesville wants to do, get out on the run.
And McIntyre a bit rushed, but still knocks down the shot, her first points.
Well, nice job there, breaking down the defense for the mid-range jumper.
This is Rowe, drew the double. Everett, the lefty 3. Weak side offensive rebound. Lewis, another board. And Jones immediately draws 2 as the defense just swarms around her whenever she gets an offensive touch. And there's a travel. Back to Wakefield, down 1. Schaefer returns for Wakefield, along with a couple of others off the bench. Sydney Conti, number 13. Almond is back on the floor as well, number 14 for the Wolverines. 3 losses for the Wolverines. Lost to Northern Guilford, one of the state's top programs for years. Leesville Road got them by a couple of points. Off the bounce, Schaefer. Maybe forced that one up. Air ball lands out of bounds. Just wasn't in a rhythm on the release.
Now here's a different look from Wakefield with their pressure.
And Caitlin Jones sniffing out the trap. They play to the inside. It's off the fingertips of Rowe. Pass was not there. And we get a foul at the other end. Will go against Cameron Lee of Rolesville. Third team foul on the Rams. 30 seconds left.
This game, Patrick, this game and Nikita Warren, her defense has been so good. This is a Wakefield team that can shoot the ball so well from the outside, but they've been putting a lot of pressure on these shooters.
McIntyre keeps it on the strong side. Another deflection there by Jones. She'll get the outlet and unselfishly give it away. A one-handed layup is waved off. Travel the call before Rowe finished. But what's impressive about Caitlin Jones has not scored. She's averaging 23, but she's turned it up on the defensive side and really plugged in.
Yeah, outstanding defender and impacting the game in other ways.
5 seconds to go. Lewis ball, still time. There's the drive. This would count if it goes. It does not. And that will take us to the end of the first 8 minutes. And a rock fight through the opening quarter in the conference opener. 5-4 lead for the 9-3 Rolesville Rams. It's the NAC 6 opener on West Shore Home High School Hoops, presented by Air Experts Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Back to Wakefield High School. Wolverines and Rams launch the NAC 6 conference season tonight. Rolesville comes in currently as the #1 team in the East in a slugfest through 8 minutes. A lot of missed shots. Defense was the calling card on both sides, and a low-scoring opening quarter. 5-4 Roseville. And the Rams will open up the second quarter in possession. 25-5 a year ago. They were unranked last preseason and got all the way to the Elite Eight. Rowe knocks down her second 3 off of the bench for the Rams.
Yeah, she's provided a spark. Nice job swinging the ball around to Rowe, and she was ready to shoot it.
It's a U.S. Navy three-pointer. America's Navy, forged by the sea. And the Rams will stick in this spread-out extended zone defense, which gave the Wolverines a lot of trouble over the final couple of minutes of that opening quarter. Bagwell back out on the floor. And she is called for a travel. And again, the defense on the perimeter not really providing the angles that Bagwell and company are looking for. And they really flummoxed this Wakefield offensive look.
Yeah, and each team changing up their defensive looks, just trying to slow down the opponent. And for Rolesville, bringing the pressure out deep. Wakefield's got to move the ball. Chris Pattis is trying to find some open looks.
A deflected pass coming to it is Jones to keep the possession alive. Jones yet to score. She'll restart, kick out, and this is a 3. That's a little bit short. It's off the fingers of Meadow Thomas, but another offensive rebound for Rolesville. Ball knocked loose. Bodies dive, saved again nicely by the Rams, and Caitlin Jones was on that one. She was doing all the small things when she's used to doing the big things for the Rams. See if this is Jones' time. Head and shoulder fake. Finds the open player, Thomas. Rebound kept alive, and here comes Jones again to keep it alive, and it is going to stay here with Rolesville.
Well, all this action right in front of us, Patrick. Bodies flying on the floor. Each team playing so hard, fighting for the loose balls.
I mean, a real credit and testament to Caitlin Jones. 996 career points. She's missed at least her first 6 or 7 shots in this opening half, but she's getting on the glass. She's deflecting passes. She's dishing out like that one. Third 3 of the half for Talia Rowe.
She's on fire. Wakefield's going to have to extend their pressure.
In and out with a 3 from Schaefer. Rebound tipped. Here come the Rams. And Talia Rowe brings it up the floor. Does not have numbers, but has an angle and draws contact. And the Rams appear to be the first team to really find that next gear, figuring out Wakefield before Wakefield can solve the riddle of Rolesville. And there's a lot of frustration on that sideline right now for Wakefield, but a long way to go. Trailing at home by 7. Rams basketball. Talia Rowe has already passed her season per game average, and we're barely into the second quarter. Contact, and that will be thrown down by Bush. Her first points. That's 8 straight now by Rolesville to open up this second quarter.
The Rams starting to get into a groove, going inside and outside. Bush finished it off and forced a timeout.
Timeout taken by Wakefield's Jason Lee. A 1-point lead after one has grown now to 9. 13-4 Rolesville. Talia Rowe, 9 points off the bench. And right now the Rams on the road in control. Tonight's Scholar Athlete is brought to you by Tatum and Atkinson. Injured in a car wreck, all the heavy hitters. Crowd gathering. This is the middle of 3 games on this gymnasium floor tonight. The boys varsity game will follow ours. Rolesville has a 13-4 lead on Wakefield. A couple minutes into the second quarter and already sweat building up for Jason Lee as his Wolverines at home just cannot right now solve the enigma of the Rolesville defense. Little back screen, Bagwell saves. Weak side 3 of that is missed by Hamilton, and it's one and done for the Wolverines offense.
Yeah, Wakefield's just got to have a spark. Somebody step up, make a shot, and start to get into a groove offensive. They've had some open looks.
And there's Caitlin Jones. That's her best offensive look. Misses the shot mid lane, and we get a tie up on the rebound. But for Jason Lee, you have to figure the crux of that timeout twofold. One, defensively, close out on the shooters, namely Talia Rowe, but probably underscoring the zone offense they're running. They have to figure out what zone offensive plays work against the different type of zones we're seeing employed by the Rams. McIntyre lost it, but she was knocked off balance. And Nikita Warren, 30 years the head coach for Rolesville. Jay, we had a chance to get to know her pretty well last year as her team was making that run to the Elite 8. TJ Warren, her brother, I mean, basketball is in her blood. She knows how to coach. She knows multiple defenses and aspires to get to the D1 level as assistant coach.
Just an amazing coach, great person, and love getting to know her.
Oh, did they? Wolverines needed that one. You can't leave Bagwell that wide open off a baseline out of bounds play. Nobody closed out on her, and that snuffs out an 8-0 run for Rolesville.
Well, smooth looking shot from Bagwell, one of the best from the outside.
And there's 998 for Caitlin Jones. Hard earned her first points. 15-7. Quickly in transition. Dalbeck misses a 3, and here comes Caitlin Jones. Head up, down the floor, stops, starts, and there's 1,000 for Caitlin Jones. And we get a stoppage here as Jones reaches 1,000 on a patented move. Stop, start, eluded the defender, shook her way, and knocked down the mid-range. And is a real sign of class here by Wakefield. They will stop play on their home floor to honor Caitlin Jones for Rolesville, who just reached that 1,000 mark plateau.
Well, so many different offensive moves. And here, to get that 1,000-point, ball moves quickly up the court. Jones reads it. Nice mid-range jumper with a crossover. And splash for number 1,000.
And this is just something we've been around college basketball, high school basketball a lot. Yeah, the signs are out for Caitlin Jones. This is very rare to see with a home team agreeing to stop action to celebrate a player from the other team. That's the great amount of respect between these programs, the two head coaches and all the players.
So, great moment for her, and you could see the support up in the crowd and knowing what she was going to accomplish tonight.
And who knows, Jay, that might have been a reason for her slow start in that opening quarter when she couldn't find the net. Knowing how close she was to 1,000 now, looks like she's kind of back in her fifth gear groove, and that was a brilliant finish. 17-7 the lead for the Rams. And a real dangerous moment here for the Wolverines with Rowe knocking down threes, and now it does look like Caitlin Jones is ready to roll. And there's another deflection by Jones. scoring will get the attention of high-level Power 5 schools, but if you can come out of high school knowing how to move your feet, play defense, be unselfish, rebound, deflect passes, you're really going to get a look, and that's what Caitlin Jones is doing.
Yeah, doing it on both ends of the court, and another thing is that leadership ability. She's been a leader since her freshman year.
Under 4 minutes for the half. Bagwell nowhere to go. Rowe closes her down. Bagwell gets the return pass. Long step across the paint. That might have been deflected. And Rolesville called for a walk in the backcourt. Kayla Bush just dragged that plant foot. Lonnie Odom, our referee, as you see Nikita Warren displeased with that little brain cramp. Down 10, Wolverines seriously need to capitalize on those mistakes by Rolesville. And I'll tell you what, it looked like Nicole Aman thought that was going to be a turnover. Looked at the official, expecting to hear a whistle, didn't come. McIntyre inside the line, long two.
Great job there by McIntyre, reading where the defense was. Just take a dribble towards the right and pop up and shoot it.
And foul charge against Brooke Massengale, number 12 on the floor for Wakefield.
Massengale committed to East Carolina for softball. Great defender, scholar athlete here tonight.
Everett back on the floor for Rolesville. Lead checks out. 17-9, Rolesville up by 8. Now Ellie Harris on the floor for the first time, replacing Walker. Everett dumps it off and off the fingertips of Bush, but deflected out. Both teams going pretty deep down their bench. Again, this is not a free-flowing up and down the floor type basketball game, but they're playing hard defense. So there's a breakdown defensively for Wakefield, and Bush is going ahead of the foul line.
Bush read the defender and then broke into the middle of the paint. Nice entry pass to get her the ball.
So we'll get our first free throws of the night, brought to you by NC 529. Never too late or too early to start saving for education. A couple of points so far for the junior Bush, and one more coming. Jay, what have you seen over the last maybe 3-4 possessions for Wakefield's offense?
Well, there's been better ball movement and drive and kicks. And, for them, they just want to get open looks, and they figure they'll start to fall. Good looks in the first quarter, didn't fall, but now a couple more shots falling, and better job driving, kicking, bringing the defenders into the paint area.
Yeah, made shots from the perimeter will take teams out of the zone, and until you prove you can do it consistently, they're going to sit right back in it, whether it's a 2-3 matchup or 1-3-1. We've seen various looks from the Rams, and just making Wakefield uncomfortable offensively. Look how far out toward midcourt they are as they try to get this offensive set going. Another tip pass, another steal. Rolesville up ahead. Rowe pivots around, and we'll head to the free throw line.
Well, and right now the tempo for Rolesville, this is where they want to play at. Get out on the run, fast break opportunities. It starts on the defensive end, and they're extending their pressure in Nikita Warren's defense. They're really coming up with double teams up on the ball handler and really forcing Wakefield into some errant passes and allowing their speed to take over once they get the turnover.
One more coming here for Rowe. 3 3-point makes already this first half. NC 529 free throw. It's never too late or too early to start saving for education. Lead back to 10 for the Rams. Important final 2.5 minutes here for Wakefield. They've scored 9 in the first half. They trail by double digits, and they throw it away again. And here come the Rams 2-on-1. This is Jones taking it herself, misses, but has help behind her. And one more foul on the recovery by the Wolverines. It has been a first half littered with unforced errors by Wakefield.
Well, a turnover, and then Rolesville hustles down the court as this ball is shot, continue to attack the glass to get the offensive board.
And it is those live ball turnovers against an active defense, especially the top of the zone. Long arms, quick hands, and once they get that deflection, they're going the other way.
And they're selling out in the passing lanes. Wakefield has to do pass fakes, cross-court passes, drive, and kick, but be assertive with the basketball.
1 of 2 for Everett. Now an 11-point advantage for Rolesville.
And for Rolesville, just stay with the game plan here, extending your pressure.
To the inside. Amen couldn't finish the kick out. McIntyre, boy, they needed that. 3 from McIntyre. Brought to you by the U.S. Navy, America's Navy forged by the sea. Now can Wakefield get a stop? That 3 is off of the mark. Rebound to the Wolverines. McIntyre races ahead. Little bump, no whistle. Wheeling around. And McIntyre now sets up. They play to the foul line. Turnaround jumper by Hamilton. No, got her own miss and knocks it down. 5 straight for Wakefield.
Here's the run Wakefield wanted. Starts with Madison McIntyre leading the way, and then her ball handling enabled Hamilton to get wide open. Good extra effort, but follow up on her shot.
Well, let's get to animated Jason Lee up off the bench for Wakefield, wanting one more defensive stop. Will they get it here? No. Caitlin Jones, soft touch, good body control from about 6 feet away, and that ends a little mini run for Wakefield. Well, there's the ball fake. And the twisting jumper from the foul line missed by Hamilton. And here come the Rams up the floor. Everett bounces it ahead. Jones. Harris the board. Inside a minute. Ball poked right into the hands of Amen near the rim, and she gets fouled. 57 seconds left in the first half. Rolesville by 8.
Amen, only a freshman. Jason Lee. So excited about her potential down here, battling, getting the foul called, almost able to knock that one in, but an opportunity here with the clock stop. Try to cut in this lead.
One more coming for Amen from the NC 529 free throw line. Never too late or too early to start saving for education. Amen already 5'10" as a freshman for the Wolverines. In a starting capacity, averaging about 4 a game. And she splits a pair. It'll bring Zoe Ritter onto the floor for Wakefield. Amen checks out. Just under a minute. And a reminder coming up. Stay tuned. The U.S. Army High School Hoops halftime report. Jay and I will have first half highlights and more. U.S. Army, be all you can be. 22-15 Rolesville. They've led almost wire to wire in this first half. Had a double-digit lead a couple of minutes ago. Tough shot right here through some duress. No. Offensive rebound right back to Lewis. They play in the lane to Rowe. Lost the handle. And picked up by Jones, her teammate. Defensive intensity picking up for Wakefield. A foul nevertheless on the Wolverines. But Jason Lee happy with that defensive efforts in that possession.
Well, Madison McIntyre playing so hard. They did not want that call, but she plays up-tempo on the offensive end, over on the defensive side. Great defender, and Jason Lee just talked about her being one of the best in the state because she does on both ends of the court.
2-shot foul for Caitlin Jones. 7 points all in this quarter for Jones. Again, averaging about 23 a game for Rolesville. Makes them both. So Wakefield will bring it up. Will they be content for the final shot, or will they try and get a couple of possessions squeeze out of the final 30 seconds? Down by 9. Ritter on the baseline, deflected pass, and once again Jones right in the way of it. But on the baseline, it's going to stay with Wakefield. 19 seconds left.
Important here for Wakefield, first of all, to score, but also use the time up so you can try to get some momentum going into the break.
And they get it into the far corner. Ellie Harris rolls one down for 3. Draws Wakefield to within 6. Can they get a stop here in the final 10 seconds? Trying to find their matchups. Jones behind the line with 4. Over to Rowe. She'll drive. Teardrop, and she gets fouled with a 1.2 left in the clock of the first half.
Here's the drive in, knowing only a couple seconds left. You get the call. And a good job there recognizing an open area and just using that space to get one more shot before the break.
Anna Rowe Long with the first of two. She has 10 points to lead everybody in this first half. One more coming from the NCAA 529 free throw line. Wakefield will roll it in. McIntyre picks up some contact. Foul or no foul? We may have a foul here, Jay, before the end of before the horn sounded. That is, there will be a foul charge against Caitlin Jones. So hold on, this first half is not done. That's Lonnie Odom, the referee. Wakefield rolled it in here, Jay. A little bit of a fumble here by McIntyre, and the clock was about to run out, and all of a sudden his instincts took over and diving for the ball. And now, Jay, it looks like maybe the foul either has been waved off or perhaps wasn't going to be a shooting foul anyway. Both teams are now heading to the locker room. So Rolesville led by as many as 11 in this first half. We're at the break. Premier West Shore Home High School Hoops presented by Air Experts Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. The new season underway. Conference starts tonight, and Rolesville up by 7 in the break on Wakefield, 25-18. You're watching the U.S. Army High School Hoops halftime report. The United States Army, be all you can be. And now it's time for the Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Tatum and Atkinson is proud to present the WRDC Sports High School Hoops Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athlete of the Week. From Rolesville High School, the Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athlete of the Week is Dakota Hubbard. Dakota is a letter winner in basketball and track, a regional qualifier in high jump, and carries a 4.23 GPA. Dakota is a junior marshal and is a member of student government, African Student Union, Black Student Union, Key Club, National Technical Honor Society, Rolesville Youth Leadership Program, and the Student Services Advisory Council. Dakota also participates in community food drives and school cleanup projects. From Wakefield High School, the Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athlete of the Week is Brooke Massengale. Brooke is a 4-year member of varsity basketball and softball. The Softball Conference Defensive Player of the Year, is a multi-year softball All-State, and carries a 3.7 GPA. Brooke received the Lamp of Knowledge Award for academic excellence and volunteers as a coach for youth sports camps. Brooke is committed to the ECU softball team.
This All-Star is now entered for a $3,000 scholarship at the end of the season. Congratulations to our Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Tatum and Atkinson, injured in a wreck, call the heavy hitters.
7-point spread for Rolesville, 25-18 over Wakefield. A reminder, you're watching the U.S. Army High School Hoops halftime report. The United States Army, be all you can be.
Welcome back to our U.S. Army halftime show. I'm Trisha Williamson, and I have Major Ashley Shepard with us. Thank you so much for being our halftime sponsor, Major.
Thank you for having me, Trisha.
Why does the Army like to be involved in the high school community?
Really for outreach. Post-COVID, people really weren't exposed to the military that much, so this really gives us an opportunity to not only tutor and provide mentorship, but really expose ourselves to the community and teach people what the Army has to offer. They have bonuses depending on what military occupation specialty you decide on. There are school loan repayment options. There's scholarship opportunities. So really there's just a lot of different opportunities the Army has for everyone, really.
And what did you do before you joined the Army?
I actually joined the Army straight out of high school. I had a 4-year Army ROTC scholarship. They paid for all 4 years of my schooling, and then I commissioned after school.
If somebody wants to learn more about the Army, where would they go?
They can go to their local recruiting office or go to goarmy.com and get all the information they need.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be back with more of our U.S. Army halftime show right after this.
And look at the crowd still gathering here on a full basketball night as we open up high school hoops coverage for this season. Next 6 conference opener, Rolesville leading Wakefield 25-18. Patrick Keenis, Jay Sonehalter, and Jay to say 9 points combined in the opening quarters. These two elite teams are kind of feeling each other out, adjusting with the defenses. Then we finally saw things pick up in that second quarter behind Talia Rowe and Caitlin Jones for the Rams.
Yeah, the flow really picked up there in the second. Each team, kind of playing chess against each other, and you can tell why each team expects to have a long playoff run because of how hard they played, their skill in the second quarter. The outside shooting started to pick up. Rolesville knocked it in from the outside. They got hot, and their defense really led to some easy buckets out on the run.
And Rolesville made 3 3-pointers that first half, all compliments of that player. Talia Rowe finished with a game-high 11 by halftime. She's been a huge spark. And then you're right, defensively, a lot of deflections led to Caitlin Jones and the Rams getting out in transition.
Yeah, and they really found a flow to their offense, and their defensive pressure turned up as Jones got her 1,000th point, and Nikita Warren had a special moment with her star junior.
Yeah, road celebration for Caitlin Jones. Here are the first half stats, Jay. Plus 10 on the glass for Rolesville. A lot of those were offensively.
Yeah, and that was a focus area for Wakefield going into the game. And a talking point at the halftime break, they've got to box out better. And for Wakefield, their three-point shooting is their specialty. And as long as they keep getting open looks in the second half, they feel like they can knock those in and they'll get hot.
Yeah, and again, for all the ills for Wakefield, just down by 7. We'll come back and begin the second half as High School Hopes kicks off on this Friday night. Wakefield and Rolesville. Rams up by 7, second half on the way. Ready to start the third quarter. Rolesville and Wakefield. 7-point lead for the Rams. And Jay, let's talk about what you think the crux of the halftime conversation was with Jason Lee and his Wolverines. They're in the game, although most of that first half we felt like they were almost on the precipice of being knocked out of the game.
But I think a couple of the points he mentioned to his team were, hey, we've got to rebound. Let's protect the ball on offense. And then the boost in the confidence shooting the ball. Hey, keep shooting. Be confident from the outside. We're going to come back in this game.
Yeah, and make crisper, sharper, on-target passes when you're on offense. And there's a takeaway by McIntyre and a rare fast break opportunity for Wakefield. Hamilton kicks out Bagwell, and an opportunity to carve into this 7-point deficit. That's one thing we didn't see Wakefield do a lot in that first half, was turn the Rams over. And now how will they handle, again, the myriad of zone defenses they're seeing from Rolesville. Bagwell attacks 3 different defenders. A fortunate shot, missed everything, got to her teammate, and Wakefield gets another crack. That poked away. And reclaimed by Rolesville. And taken away right at midcourt. Hamilton breaks to the hole and scores. She wants a foul. It won't come. But Wakefield now within just 5.
Well, that's the surge that Wakefield wanted coming out of the break. Pick up on the defensive end, get some easy hoops in transition.
Yeah. And now 2, almost 3 turnovers. It will be 3 turnovers in 3 possessions. Another breakaway for Hamilton, but it's taken back by Caitlin Jones. What a big potential swing there. Looking at maybe a 4-point swing right there again because of the defensive ability and aptitude of Caitlin Jones.
And her hustle. She went on a full sprint to get back, got the turnover, then quickly gets the ball up the court. No look pass results in free throw opportunities. Just a great job by her.
So Lewis hit the line. NC 5:29 third quarter free throws. And the first point of the night for Lewis. Never too late or too early to start saving for education. Just a different defensive intensity so far for Wakefield. We've only played a minute and 19 seconds this third quarter. They forced 3 turnovers already by Rolesville. Just 1 of 2 for Lewis. And a chance to get inside 6 here for the Wolverines. Bagwell, this is a 3 from the corner. 1 possession game all of a sudden.
A beautiful shot from Bagwell. Nailing it from the outside, her feet were set.
Pass into the corner, quick shot by Rolesville. That's a little bit long, rebound tipped right into the hands of Lewis, then she got hammered. And the foul will go against the Wakefield Wolverines.
Wakefield starting to heat up from the outside, and Rolesville quickly comes back here. Again, fighting for the offensive board. They excelled in the first half.
That's 3 fouls now on McIntyre for the Wolverines. That's important. Lewis right back at the line for the Rams. Lewis, one of 3 seniors on this Rolesville team. 9-3. Lost to Middle Creek a couple of weeks ago. Well, they've had a solid year, began 6-0. And trying to claim the conference opener on the road, which would be a huge step toward a conference championship for the Rams. 28-23 Rolesville. McIntyre's deflected pass. Right to me. Thank you very much.
You're ready.
Mid-season form.
Quick hands.
Mid-season hands. Ready. Stoppage of play before Wakefield makes a sub.
I always knew you were a baller.
Got it. Still got it.
Still got it. You're an athlete, baby.
Wolverines down by 5, but showing good signs of life here in the early stages of this third quarter. McIntyre attacking, and she gets hit.
Nice job with the penetration going into the defense to get the foul, and McIntyre so quick. Good ball handler here, lowering her shoulder to get the angle, and there's the contact.
Nothing Everett could do once McIntyre made that first step by her. McIntyre will trigger. Walker in and out. Rowe the rebound for Rolesville. So tap on the gas. Everett hooks a pass, deflected, takeaway by Bagwell. Protects the basketball, and here comes Wakefield down by 5. Bagwell a couple of threes in the game, mostly off of passes, not off the dribble. Hamilton, short. Probably not the shot the Wolverines wanted in that possession. Contact, bank shot, short, stick back, yes. Goes down for Rolesville, and the foul. And that is going to send Lewis right back to the free throw line.
Well, you highlighted Lewis in the open. Great rebounder and finisher down low, cleaning up this board off the glass, catching it midair for the and one, now to the line. And try to tack on one more.
Foul went on McIntyre. I believe that is her 4th.
Huge.
And she goes to the bench for a extended period of time. That is a tough blow. And meanwhile, Lewis, you're right, we spotlighted her in the pregame, did not score in the first half. 5 points already in this third quarter. Lead stays at 7. Schaefer and the Wolverines will bring it up. Rams now showing man-to-man for one of the first times tonight. Again, switching up the defenses. But again, the Wolverines are showing some good signs here in this third quarter of getting right back in this one. Rowe right on Ritter at midcourt. Dribbled off her knee. Was it deflected? No, that's a turnover. Terrific defense by Talia Rowe. She did not deflect that into the backcourt. It went off of Ritter's leg and into the backcourt, caused a turnover.
Well, and you have to give credit to both coaches for changing up looks and different schemes to the opponent tonight, and credit to the players to be able to handle it. Rolesville comes out, man-to-man defense, quickly they get a turnover, it pays off.
Behind the back dribble through traffic, saved by Jones. Now she's trapped in the sideline, and she stepped out. Another Rolesville turnover. Didn't see many in the first half. We've seen 4 now by Jason Lee's defense in this third quarter. 30-23 Rams. Tempo really picking up. There's a live ball turnover. Twisted ahead, Caitlin Jones. Back to 9 is the lead for the Rams.
That defense can be suffocating. The double team comes over, it leads to easy buckets in transition.
Well, they're going for it again. Jones in a row, really defending hard out on the perimeter for Rolesville. Bagwell, the crossover, the spin, in trouble. The kick out to Schaefer. First points of the night for the junior Schaefer. And it returns to a 6-point lead for the Rams.
A nice shot from the outside. Schaefer shooting it with confidence, cut into the lead.
3:35 for the third. Rowe charging ahead, draws contact, and back to the line goes to Leah Rowe.
Isn't it amazing as Wakefield goes on a little run, Rolesville always comes back here with the play of their own.
Yeah, the counter punch from Rolesville, and a content Nikita Warren on the sideline. Rolesville at the free throw line, up by 6 when we come back. Coming up at the end of our games tonight, the U.S. Army Player of the Game presentation with my man Jay Solhalter, sponsored by the United States Army. Be all you can be. Rolesville 32, Wakefield 26. We've seen a lot of promise in this third quarter by the Wakefield Wolverines after they got off to a sluggish start against Rolesville. But for all the headway they made early in this third quarter, Jay, the deficit right now is what it was at halftime, and now they're down by 8. They trailed by 7 at the break.
And Madison McIntyre out of the ball game for Wakefield, so they're going to have to try to cut into this lead with one of their best players over on the sideline. She'll be able to come back in the fourth quarter, but they need to go on a run here.
Yeah, which means the ball's going to be in Bagwell's hand at the point a lot more frequently, and she attacks off the bounce and scores. 34-28.
Bagwell, only a sophomore. We saw her shoot the ball from the outside. Nice drive into the paint with the finish.
Caitlin Jones penetrates the kick out to Rowe. It's been her night. And we get a foul going on Rolesville as the shot was in the air, but off of the ball. So Wolverines basketball. Again, McIntyre with 4 fouls remains on the bench. Since Wilkerson, number 15, is out on the floor for the first time for Wakefield. But again, you lose a lot of responsibilities in terms of quarterback in the offense, the quickness on the outside with the ball handler with McIntyre on the bench. So that falls now in the lap of Bagwell. She locates Wilkerson. How about that? Scooped up just a little bit too long. And a hard dive cut. Rolesville the other way, and a little teardrop by Caitlin Jones.
Rolesville so good at turning around quickly, getting the ball up court. Wakefield looked like they may have an open look and be able to finish, and they got the board quickly. Turns into transition points.
I mean, if you're Wakefield, you'd much rather have Bagwell off of the ball. But with McIntyre on the bench, she'll have to kind of create for herself. Ball fake here, delivers into the corner. Conte on the baseline, missed it. And Rode rips away the board for the Rams, and she wants to attack. Shot partially blocked off the baseline. That shot a little bit short by Lewis. Got it back again. Almost made that one, and she'll head to the free throw line. Relentless on the glass are the Rams all night.
They're so good at reading the shot and just crashing in and putting pressure on Wakefield. Ball shot. Everybody flying in, and there's Lewis. Puts it up, goes back, tries to get it again, and gets the contact.
Yeah. And Jay, I think speaking of contact, I think Leah Lewis might have lost a contact lens right there. Looked like she handed one off to somebody in the crowd. So she's at the line. See how she fares. Makes the first, one more coming. NC 529 free throw line has been where Lewis has been almost his entire third quarter. This is going to be her 7th free throw of this quarter for number 25, and she's squeezing the eyes a little bit. I think it was a contact lens that got knocked out. Makes 1 of 2. 2 minutes left, third quarter. A reminder, tonight's High School Hoops is presented by Air Experts Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Schedule your $59 tune-up at yourairexperts.com. Under 2 minutes for the third quarter. Wakefield to the foul line, down by 9, 37-28. They held a very brief lead inside the first 3 minutes of this contest tonight, but that's been it. They've been trying to chase down Rolesville the rest of the way. Got to within 5. Right now it sits at 9 as the first free throw is missed. But again, their top ball handler and one of their most electric players, Madison McIntyre, on the bench still with 4 fouls. And one more free throw coming up for Hamilton. 7 points for Hamilton tonight. 37-29 Rams.
You look here on the defensive end, full court pressure.
Trapping action. Jones tries to solve it, penetrates, the kick back to Lee. 3-pointer off the sideline, short. Wakefield basketball, trailing by 8. Now it's Bagwell against Meadow Thomas. Bagwell surveys. Tries to turn the corner. Help side defense came. Bagwell still in control, and a whistle and a foul going on Rolesville's Meadow Thomas. 1:18 for the third.
Bagwell gets the ball, and here's the contact as she's trying to get the ball in the perimeter. Just the arm coming in, contact on the elbow.
And a timeout going to be taken by Wakefield. So 1:18 left in the third quarter. Rolesville 37, Wakefield 29. Now, if you're Jason Lee right now, you're coaching with the players you have available. In the back of your mind, though, he has to be thinking, when is going to be the right time to get McIntyre back on the floor with those 4 fouls? When do you think that time is?
Well, I think once you get to the 5-minute mark in the fourth quarter, she'll be back in the ball game. But I think right now an opportunity, bring your team over, design a play. We've seen them, different structures coming out of bounds to try to get his shooters open. And Bagwell's done a great job playing point guard with McIntyre out, distributing the ball, and also taking some shots for herself. And she's really looked good from the outside, only a sophomore. This is a young group for Wakefield, and this is a team that's already had an outstanding season, but just think about how good they're going to be next year and the years forward. Same with Rolesville, both sides, so many underclassmen.
It was the final 2 minutes of that second quarter that really did draw Wakefield's attention back into this game. They're trying to replicate that here in the final couple minutes of the third. 1:18 remaining. Bagwell with trouble, does get it in, and hand it right back to Bagwell. She's in trouble, trapped on the sideline right in front of us. And a foul, though, on Rolesville. I tell you what, Bagwell is working hard as the point guard and kind of as the go-to player to run this offense with McIntyre on the bench. 5th team foul on Rolesville, so free throws forthcoming for Bagwell.
Starter as a freshman, here's the double team. They're just fighting, protecting the ball to get the call, and nice job being physical to get to the line.
So Bagwell's first free throws of the night gets the roll. One more coming from the NCAA 529 free throw line. Never too late or too early to start saving for education. 9 points tonight for Lila Bagwell. I mean, if you can keep this in that 5-6 point range by the time McIntyre comes back in, I think Jason Lee would take that situation if Bagwell and company can deliver. She'll make 1 of 2. Challenge for the rebound. It's scored to the sideline, picked up by the Wolverines, and another foul on Rolesville. So 2 more free throws coming up for the Wolverines with 1:08 left in the third, and a very anxious Madison McIntyre probably understands she's not going to see the court at least until the start of the fourth, if not a couple of minutes in.
Yeah, she's played so hard tonight, and once she gets back in the game, it's going to be for that final sprint to close out the game.
I mean, all you can do right now if you're McIntyre is be the best teammate and best cheerleader you can, be an extra coach on that sideline, knowing that when you are plugged back into this game, you need to be that difference maker. And 1 more free throw coming up for Conti. Neither team really helping themselves at the foul line tonight. We've seen a lot of splits, and 0 for 2 right there by Conti. And a clean strip by Hamilton. Up ahead, Conti, layup, no. Offensive rebound, swatted to the baseline. Saved by the Wolverines. Massengale. Bagwell trying to deliver and electrify this crowd. 40 seconds for the third. Conti. Pass into the paint. Twisting, tough shot is good from Ahmed. Her first field goal of the game. And Wakefield within 5 with 30 seconds left in the third.
Such a tough shot. Great defense from Rolesville. Just went over the top. The freshman did.
And now we have a whistle on the sideline. And a sideline violation on the Rams. Caught the pass, foot on the line, and another turnover by Rolesville. They are opening and unlocking the door for Wakefield to march right in here. They led by 11, taking care of the basketball very well in the first half. It is all flipped around here in the third quarter, and Madison McIntyre is just checked into the game.
Well, for this final possession here, Jason Lee going to put her in. Try to get one more look on the offense the end of the court. And at Wakefield, though, you can just feel that momentum building. Now, Rolesville, we've seen how quickly they can snatch it and go on a burst themselves, and that's what Nikita Warren and her team has excelled at this season. And I know what she's discussing in the huddle is talking about turning up the pressure on the defensive end, get out on the run, let's go to our strengths. And for Wakefield here, the longer this game goes, get into the fourth quarter, this crowd growing, more intensity picking up here in the gym. And this is right where they want to be within striking distance to go on the final run.
I tell you what, Jason Lee subbing McIntyre back on the floor. You see this a lot in college. You see this a lot in the pros. You rarely see it in high school because you're protecting players with fouls. This is a really astute coaching maneuver by Jason Lee, protecting McIntyre with 4 fouls, but they're on offense. And this is a big possession to end the third quarter, because all of her fouls have been on the defensive end. And the ball's in McIntyre's hands with a play called by Jason Lee. McIntyre moves the offensive run, 5 seconds, makes the pass, driving in Hamilton, gets out the side of the rim, and it calls good, and that's the horn at the end of the third. Hamilton on the feed from McIntyre, got the home roll, and don't look now, it's a one-possession game. 8 minutes to play. Rolesville, the top-ranked team in the East, now getting everything at once from Wakefield in the conference opener. 37-34 Rams. Well, the Wakefield Wolverines on this conference opening night trailed by as many as 11. Made a little run early in the third, but fell behind again by 8 points. But a big finish to that third quarter. They crashed the offensive glass, made some big shots, and got a last-second spark from Madison McIntyre. 37-34 is the Rolesville lead, and Jay McIntyre will start the fourth quarter for the Rams, or pardon me, for the Wolverines. Jason Lee right now rolling the dice with his most dynamic player.
Trusting her and also saying, hey, listen, let's go out, finish this ball game, no fouls, and just be careful on the offensive end as you drive in on the defensive end. Let the defender go. No easy fouls here, but let's play our best ball here in the final quarter.
And the Rams will readjust back into their zone defense. With Talia Rowe at the top of it. McIntyre whips it to the sideline, whistle off of the ball, and a travel as that pass was collected. So a turnover on Wakefield.
There's that pressure extending out. Rolesville gets the call.
Now the Rams were very loose with the basketball in that third quarter. Bagwell and Hamilton tried to trap out near midcourt, and a foul committed. Well, this is where the experience of the year that Rolesville had last year. I mean, they saw a lot of hostile environments, were able to play through almost every single time last year. And there's a great look where a player gets lost behind the defense. Talia Rowe with 14 points now. You know, with the experience on this Rolesville team, they're not going to get rattled, even as close as Wakefield gets. Allie Schaefer knocks down a 3, and it's a 2-point lead for the Rams.
This game's been great, each side having their moments, and they're built for these type of situations. Each side played in Christmas tournaments, really good competition.
Yep. And that's a tough attempt there by Caitlin Jones, and out. Wakefield can actually take his first lead since the opening 3 minutes of the game with a 3. Instead, McIntyre says, no, I'll just settle for a tie. Her first point since the second quarter. Quick timeout, Nikita Warren. And this game's tied at 39. 6:44 left in the fourth quarter. Don't go anywhere. Two of the top women's teams in the state battling their conference opener. Wakefield from double digits down has drawn level. 39-39, 6:44 left in the fourth quarter, and Jason Lee's Wakefield Wolverines have roared right back in this one. Trailed by double figures, as many as 11. Knifed into the deficit, fell back again by almost 10, But they have gotten to the mountaintop here and tied up Rolesville, and they have all the momentum on their side. Rolesville on the road, red and black. We'll see how they counter. You look for Caitlin Jones, number 5, any opportunity they get. And we get another travel on the Rams. And that's been the Achilles heel in the second half for Rolesville. A lot of unforced turnovers.
Yeah, the turnovers have really hurt them, and that's an area they've got to clean up here in the fourth quarter, try to maintain their possessions and just get shots off and not give the ball back to Wakefield.
Wakefield's only lead in this game was 2-0. They can take the lead with a bucket here. It's in the hands of McIntyre, which shuffles Bagwell now to the 2 guard. She's in the right corner. McIntyre dribbles her way, throws over the top of a screen. This is for the lead. Off the rim, no, and I believe it caught the wire above the glass. Game remains tied, 6:01 left.
And even though we still have 6 minutes here, Patrick, you just get that feeling which team can get the lead here, stretch forward, and force the other to play from behind is going to have a leg up with how good each defense has been tonight.
This is Lewis. Rims it off. McIntyre has to be careful down there. Almost picked up another foul, which would have fouled her out. It's out of bounds. It'll stay with the Rams. One other piece that the players won't be necessarily aware of here, but could factor in, as mentioned, 5:40 left, there will be no more TV timeouts. So you talk about some extended play up and down the floor. Test the conditioning down the stretch. Bush. That a little bit long. Rebounded by Harris. And again, Wakefield can shoot for its first lead since we came on the air tonight. McIntyre reverses. And gets the return from Harris. Bagwell on the exchange. Still man-to-man. They play to the post. There's McIntyre. Tough shot over Jones. Wakefield up 2.
That's been a fun matchup with those two going at it. It's such a difficult shot over the top, and Wakefield now playing from in front.
First lead since it was 2-0. Wakefield on top of the top team right now in the East, Rolesville. Jones, tough shot to draw it even.
What a competitor. Coming back, Jones finding a way, slashing in with the mid-range jumper.
41 all. And again, McIntyre sizes up Jones. McIntyre out there with 4 fouls. Picked up the dribble, looks for a baseline cut from Bagwell, rolls that one in.
Excellent back cut. She went back door. Bagwell reading the defender. Nice pass from McIntyre.
This is a long 2, I believe, missed by Rowe. And the stick back again ties it up, this time Kayla Bush.
Now the offense flowing each side. Yeah. Here it goes.
If you weren't with us in the opening quarter, it ended at 5-4. Now we're seeing high-octane offenses on both sides. McIntyre, up fake from 3. Hamilton finds Bagwell, got the defender in the air. Kick over to Harris, draws a double, back to Bagwell. This is an open 3, short. Bush the rebound. Bagwell thought she made that one off the fingertips. Barely short. 3.5 to go, fourth quarter. Jones penetrating, got fouled. Blocking foul, charge, oh, that's McIntyre. That's McIntyre, she's done. She was hoping for no whistle. Then when she heard the whistle, she was hoping for a different set of numbers. And Madison McIntyre, the absolute catalyst, late third quarter into the fourth, is done. And that was the gamble that Jason Lee took.
She's played so well tonight. Her passion for her team, bringing them back here, and offense, defense, both ends of the court. She never slows down, and now she's got to lead her team vocally.
And that's going to put Bagwell back at the point, which is not necessarily the strength for this Wakefield offense with her not being off the ball. But they sliced into deficits when she had to play the point earlier in the game. Tie game. A dump down pass. Lamp will rattle home. And Rolesville back in front by 2. There is a deafening buzz all throughout this gymnasium. Off the bounce, deep three, Schaefer. Wow, and went to the rafters, dropped through, and Wakefield retakes the lead. Give Schaefer another 1,000 shots like that, she could never replicate it. That went off the heel, 10 feet into the air, and came true. Lead to Wakefield by 1.
And for Wakefield, I think a perfect timeout by Jason Lee. You knock in that shot, you have a 1-point lead. Momentum, the crowd's going wild. Call the timeout to extend this energy in the gym. Also, your team has been really exerting a lot of pressure and a lot of intensity and effort coming back in this game. You could see they're getting a little bit tired. Nice job. Bring him over to the sideline. Give him a break here to finish off this game inside of 3 minutes.
We've seen some real elite coaching decisions by Jason Lee tonight. And you're right, because a couple of possessions ago after McIntyre fouled out, I was watching Bagwell, the top of the defense for Wakefield, and she was searching for more oxygen. And a wise timeout to buy some time, allow his team to catch their breath and settle back in. Long way to go, up by 1, but 2:56 to play. And you're trying to put away one of the top teams in the state. This will not come easy for Wakefield. Caitlin Jones, 14 points tonight, sizes up Bagwell, lost her balance, kept the dribble. Restarts, and now we get a blocking foul going on Wakefield. On the exit pass, charged against Hamilton.
In this game, so important. Top 2 teams in the NAC. If you win this ball game, you're going to have a leg up as far as seeding goes, and just with this rivalry, proximity with both schools.
2:40 and counting. The handoff to Jones. Again, slipped a bit. She likes the matchup, though, against Bagwell. Draws her out to midcourt. Rolesville basketball down 1. Wing drive, Rowe. Tough shot, but foul again. That'll be the 4th team foul on Wakefield in this quarter. Rolesville has not committed any.
You can feel the intensity in this game. I mean, this ball game is different than others, and with what's on the line and the respect between each program and just the talent on the floor, this is a big one.
One more coming for Rowe. 4 of 7 from the line. One more at the NC 529 free throw line. And a 1-point lead now for the Rams. 47-46, Rolesville up 1 on Wakefield. Bagwell again will run the point. She takes a deflected pass, had to get to it, ripped away. It stays in the court of play. Lewis driving, left it short, got the tip right back in her hands, and Layla Lewis puts it in, and the Rams lead by 3. Great effort by Layla Lewis. 2 minutes to go.
Well, big defensive effort to get that turnover, and talk about getting out on the run.
Schaefer again. Oh, yes! Drawing the fans to their toes. Back-to-back threes by Allie Schaefer. Timeout, Rolesville. She didn't need the divine iron that time. All net for the junior Allie Schaefer.
No pressure here. A lot on the line in this game. Schaefer gets this ball ready to shoot, no hesitation, confident look from the outside. Drains another one. We talked about earlier this year, she had 10 three-pointers against Enloe. Just an outstanding job there, knocking it in to tie up this game.
Well, both these teams kind of sleepwalked through the opening 8 minutes. It was a 5-4 and really ugly opening 8 minutes. They have made up for it, Jay, in this third quarter now, especially to the fourth. This is a different brand of basketball.
Yeah, completely different offensive game in each side. This is what they look like throughout the season. I think that first quarter, first half, the credit goes to the defense and also just the magnitude of this game. Each team trying to get into a flow of it, and now you see the talent. These shooters, the ability to drive into the paint, very skilled for each squad.
I'll tell you what, it's been fun to watch these players figure out defenses. It's been great to watch these two coaches change things up with what Nikita Warren did in the first half with her defense, and now Jason Lee and his offensive look against the zones, being able to figure it out. With, again, your main point guard fouled out now for the remaining couple minutes of this one. 49-49. Caitlin Jones harassed. There's a steal. Bagwell up ahead. Angles to the rim. Protects the basketball. Shot blocked. Jousting for the ball. Bagwell rips it away and gets tied up and then flattened. The call was a jump ball. And now the officials come together and they're going to make sure that they don't have any extracurriculars here. One of the officials seemed to say, I didn't have any fouls. Jason Lee, though, might beg to differ.
We'll see the replay as Bagwell goes in. This is just a scramble for the ball. A lot of contact. Refs letting him play through. There's contact. They're going to stay with the jump ball, but physical down low.
All right, it is Wakefield basketball. They lob it to the points and Bagwell. 1:20 left in regulation. Game tied. There's a tip and a strip. Rowe the other way for the Rams, and Rolesville leads by 2. The takeaway from Bagwell. And Bagwell needs a moment in the backcourt. She's huffing. She's hurt. But she's determined. Bagwell, tough rainbow, short. Rebound tip, grabbed by Rolesville, and a whistle that you can barely hear. And that will be a foul. Bagwell, meanwhile, is kind of doubled over and bothered by what might be a little injury here. She has played her heart out with McIntyre on the bench.
The intensity. I mean, these teams playing full effort. Just admire and respect
that's
this
the
battle.
Hit, up by the shoulder and neck. The row, the takeaway, the layup for the lead. Timeout has been taken by Wakefield to map out the play. The foul was called on Rolesville, so it is going to be Wakefield basketball. Down by 2, 56 seconds left, and also gives Bagwell, right now, your centerpiece, an opportunity just to kind of get her body where it needs to be and shake off the contact a moment ago with a hit from Rowe. Because this game right now has only a couple possessions left.
Well, and for Wakefield here in Rolesville in this break, for Wakefield, I think an opportunity for Ali Schaefer. She's been hot from the outside, knocking down threes, drive and kick, try to get her a look. Only 56 seconds left, so you've got plenty of time here. But I think you're going to see extreme pressure from Rolesville. I also think they're going to extend on Schaefer. So this is a group that's been selling out for steals. Maybe a back cut for Wakefield, a pick and roll, something to try to create some spacing. But Nikita Warren's defense has really stood strong here in the fourth quarter. And you know they're going to get in the face and create havoc, especially here on this inbounds play to try to get a turnover.
Well, Bagwell still doesn't look to be 100%. She's going to throw in here for Wakefield. I mean, she's squinting her eyes like trying to get her wits about her. Deflected pass stays with Wakefield. Meanwhile, Schaefer has made 3 3-point field goals in this final quarter. She's number 24, right now stands on the left elbow. Bagwell looking to get it in, still looking. Count is on, dangerous pass, and taken by Hamilton. Here we go. Wakefield down by 2. Bagwell comes to it in midcourt. Guarded by Jones, tightly. Bagwell drifting, goes underneath, ducks through, kicks out. Harris gets it back to Bagwell in the corner. 35 seconds left. Bagwell bouncing through the perimeter. Rowe went for the steal and commits the foul. And that's going to send Bagwell, well, it will not be a shooting foul. It's a third-team foul on Rolesville. Boy, Bagwell, I mean, she is grinding with every ounce of ability to stay on her feet here. I mean, she looks like a boxer who's taking a couple of punches, just trying to stay on her feet. Ball's in her hands. 30 seconds to go. And Rowe tips it away. And stays with Wakefield one more time. And again, Bagwell will kind of bend over to waist. And now it's going to be Hamilton throwing in to the backcourt. Bagwell, chase, and there's a foul on Rowe. Fourth team foul on Rolesville. 24 seconds left. So that's the last non-shooting foul that the Rams could take. 51-49 Rams. And Hamilton gets it into Bagwell.
Well, for Wakefield, maybe the last possession of the game.
Yeah. They bounce it to Harris at the high post. Bagwell hesitates, gets to the hole, puts up and misses from short range. Rolesville the rebound with 9 seconds left. And no foul yet. Jones dribbling ahead, dribbling away from everyone. And the clock's still winding down with 2 seconds left. Foul taken, and the Rams fans on the road to their feet, thinking that a celebration is 1.7 seconds away.
What an effort from Bagwell here, double teamed amongst the paint players, almost able to go in, and then Rolesville, critical rebound they come up with, and now an opportunity to close out the game.
And it's Caitlin Jones, the Rams star. Just cleared 1,000 career points earlier tonight. She has 14 in the game, leaves it short. There's hope for Wakefield. A make, and it's a 3-point game. Stays at 2. Offensive rebound. That's going to run the clock out. And Rolesville hangs on and knocks off Wakefield in the next 6 opener. 51-49, an absolute heavyweight of a second half between Rolesville, the top-ranked team in the East, and the Wakefield Wolverines. And a big exhale by Nikita Warren, the head coach for Rolesville. Huge effort down the stretch by Wakefield, but the Rolesville Rams, knocked out in the Elite 8 last year, used that championship medal and come on the road and take care of business. It was not easy, but a win nevertheless for the Rams. So it's a 51-49 win for the Rolesville Rams. And our Jay Sohnhalter is getting ready for the trophy presentation on the court. We'll go to him here momentarily. And visit with our player of the game and the head coach, Nikita Warren. 51-49 the final. And Jay is getting in position. The Rolesville fans, a grinder of a win on the road at Wakefield, 51-49. And the Rolesville team lined up. Jay getting in position as Rolesville moves to 10-3 and wins their conference opener by 2 here against Wakefield. And we'll come back, Jay. We'll have the head coach and the winning Rolesville Rams when we return. Rolesville wins at Wakefield by 2.
And welcome back courtside with the Ville side here with a huge victory against Wakefield tonight. A couple awards. A couple of awards we'll be presenting. First, the U.S. Army Player of the Game presented by First Class Sergeant Michael Sanchez to Caitlin Jones. 1,000 points tonight and a huge victory closing out this game.
Caitlin, outstanding game.
And the next trophy is to the team and Nikita Warren, the high school hoops trophy that we present to her and her squad. Coach, what a victory. The ability to close it out in the fourth quarter.
It was tough. It's a talented Wakefield group. I mean, they have shooters. We had to go back to man-to-man to stop them. Our girls bought in, and they didn't give up.
And the defensive effort in that first quarter looked the same in the fourth quarter. Your team plays so hard. Where does that come from?
Hard work. We built a solid foundation my first year here. Defense wins games. So that's what we built on.
And this game, so important in the NAC with the rivalry with Wakefield, and you knew it was going to be tough. You had confidence, I know, in the fourth quarter to finish it out. What gave you that confidence?
My players. I asked them one question. Y'all ready to win this game? They said, yeah, we got to play defense and just execute our offense. So we did that.
Well, great team victory. Look forward to covering you throughout the season. And here's your trophy.
Thank you. Yeah, ladies.
All right, 51-49 the final. Rolesville over Wakefield. Congratulations to Caitlin Jones, the U.S. Army Player of the Game. U.S. Army, be all you can be. Well, always like to take a minute to thank the great folks at West Shore Home who make these games possible for you viewers at home. We would also like to thank our great other supporters for their contributions to our high school hoops on WRDC Sports. Air Experts Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, NC 529, the U.S. Army, the U.S. Navy, and Tatum and Atkinson. And we'd especially like to thank tonight's participating high schools and their administrators for their continued support. Rolesville High School and right here at Wakefield. Join us next week. Men's basketball, Leesville Road, take on the Crusaders of Cardinal Gibbons. So for Jay Solhalter and our entire crew, Patrick Keen is wishing you a great weekend. Rolesville claims the NAC 6 conference opener. Dramatic late game fashion, 51-49 over Wakefield. Good night, everyone.